Good morning, dear students. This is Elizabeth Paul from Pragati Mahavidyalaya. Today, we are going to appreciate a poem of a 19th century poet, Charlotte Bronte. She has written a beautiful poem, Life, and the poem, Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by, gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What though sorrow seems to win or hope a heavy sway? Yet hope again elastic springs, unconquered though she fell, still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear us well. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously can courage quell despair. The poem speaks about the realities of life. Charlotte Bronte, 1816 to 1855, belongs to Victorian age. The poem focuses on realities of life, uses imagery, and she speaks about the conquering of or the victory of hope over despair. Hope, yes, we have to have hope for all the things in our life, and despair, little difficulties, problems, yes, these are, but please do not look at these difficulties, shortcomings, and these problems. You can just overlook and look at hope. This is what the poet explains. Now, let me speak about the Victorian age. Queen Victoria ruled England, and that's the time Charlotte Bronte belonged to England. She was born in England, being an English poet. Let me speak about culture during Victorian age. Women were much confiscated to domestic work, like taking care of their families and children, housekeeping, and these other things. But when it comes to publishing books, novels, poems, it was a fad for them. Like people used to never like women going out and publishing books and poems. So what Charlotte Bronte did, she has used a pseudonym. Pseudonym means a pen name, yes. She called herself Cura Bell, and she published this poem. There's one more poet, George Eliot. George Eliot also is a female during Victorian age, and she also published her books in a pseudonym, that is George Eliot. She is a female. So just like George Eliot, we have Charlotte Bronte as well, and her famous novel Jane Eyre was a masterpiece. And yes, she belongs to a Puritan family, a family where they believe in God, and they used to abide by the principles of the holy book Bible. In England, they follow the Christianity, and Bronte's father was a parishman. He was a pastor, and he was a tutor as well. And childhood, yes, let me speak about her childhood. Like yes, she faced difficulties, especially that's the time there were diseases prevalent like tuberculosis. She is one of the three Bronte sisters, and she has to take care of her family as well as she has to write novels, poems, and she worked as a teacher as well. And let me speak about the poem focuses on realities of life. Yes, life is full of difficulties as well as happiness. Though difficulties are very few, she asks us not to highlight those difficulties, rather look at the happiness, the things that make you happy, the things that make you cheerful. And she uses lots of images. When you go through the poem, you will come across rain, sunny hours, golden wings, and these are the words. Let me go through some words. The glossary: sage, oft, foretell, gloom, transient, bloom, lament, merry, sunny, flit, manfully, quell, despair. Sage means a wise person. Sage, according to the Greeks, he is a well-learned person. He knows so many things, and he is placed above all the other people at the topmost position, and a learned person. And people used to seek advice of sages to do something. Even the kings used to come to the sages to do things. Oft, often. Foretell means predict. Gloom means a sadness. Transient, yes, there's a change. Bloom means blossom. Lament means to weep. Merry, happiness. Sunny, bright. Flit, fly. Manfully, fearlessly. Yes, you can use a word like, come on, man to man, let's have a talk. So manfully, with courage, bold, brave. And quell is to suppress, despair, losing hope. Yes, these are the words she uses. And a wonderful poet of Victorian age of 1816 to 55 is the time. And this is the poem. Please go through the poem and try to summarize the poem, bring out the essence, try to speak about and how one can relate this poem to the real life. Like, we are in the 21st century, but 19th century poet has given us a piece of advice, words of wisdom, and the poem is rhyming, very nice. Please go through and have a nice day. Thank you, students. Please take care.